If scoring your sourdough makes you nervous, this video is for you. I bake sourdough for a living, and one of the biggest things that holds some bakers back is not knowing how to score their bread. Today, I'm going to show you some simple, beginner-friendly scoring methods for both round and oval loaves. Nothing complicated, just techniques that give you a beautiful ear, a big belly, and clean results every time. Let's make some beautiful bread. Now let's talk about what you're gonna need if you wanna score your bread really well. The first thing is gonna be a sharp bread loam. This is my favorite one. I'll link it down below. This is actually the one that I use at home and in the bakery. You might have seen a bread loam that looks like this in some other videos that you've watched. This is one of the ones that would be used in a professional kitchen. They're disposable and less expensive, but you probably don't have access to these, and honestly, I think this one's better. And then this is called a UFO bread loam. This one is by a company called Wire Monkey. It's very pretty if you can see the detail. And this is good for if you're doing a little bit more intricate scoring. Now, for the most part for today, we're gonna be using this bread loam, and a little bit we'll use the UFO bread loam, but not much. Now, the most important part of the entire process is that you have a really sharp blade. So this here is just a replacement blade. These are really inexpensive. And what you wanna do is make sure that about every 8 loaves, you actually replace your blade, okay? I know this is something that home bakers don't think about a lot because you think I'm not scoring a ton of bread, but if you have a really sharp blade, it's gonna slice through your bread a lot more cleanly. We don't wanna saw through our loaf when we're actually scoring it. We wanna do one quick and clean and confident scoring line, and we'll end up with a much better ear and a much better belly. So a sharp blade is really important. I always tell people to replace it after 8 loaves, then you'll make sure that you always have a sharp one. So you've got that. And then the next thing that you're gonna need is some way to transfer your dough into your Dutch oven. Now, your Dutch oven is gonna be really hot because you've preheated it in your oven, okay? So you've got your Dutch oven. Now mine's not hot, I haven't preheated it, but you've got your Dutch oven, and then you've got your bread that's on your workstation and you've scored it. How are you gonna get your bread into your Dutch oven? You're gonna be doing it with parchment paper or a bread sling. So this one is called a bread mat. I have several of these. I do really like them, but there's a bunch of different companies that make them. And then this is just your regular parchment paper. So you'll turn your dough out onto either parchment paper or a bread sling. And then that way, after you've scored it, you wanna put it straight into your Dutch oven. So you can do that just by lifting up the parchment paper with the dough on it and setting it inside your hot Dutch oven, okay? Or if you've got the bread sling or the bread mat, it's really easy to just lift the dough up and put it right in the Dutch oven, okay? One other thing that you're definitely gonna want is a really good pair of oven gloves because the Dutch oven is gonna be super hot. So you wanna be really, really careful that you don't burn yourself when you're putting your dough in your hot Dutch oven and then putting the lid back on that Dutch oven. Okay, so these are my favorite tools that I use every time I make bread at home and in the bakery. I'm gonna show you 6 ways to score your sourdough bread today. We're gonna do 3 batards. A batard is just a fancy name for an oval shaped loaf like this. And we'll do 3 boules, which are round loaves. So we're gonna start with the batard. And the first scoring method that we're gonna do is called the classic batard score. So I'm gonna take my dough. This just came out of the refrigerator. You want your dough to be cold. It'll be a lot easier to score your dough when it's cold. So it just came out of the refrigerator. I'm turning it out onto my parchment paper. And then I'm gonna use actually my straight blade here on this UFO bread loam instead of this curved one because the classic batard scoring is just a straight line, and we're gonna go on the surface of the dough from the top all the way to the bottom, and I'm gonna go just in a straight line, and I'm gonna score about a 1/2 inch deep. Now, here's the key when you're scoring. You wanna be quick and confident. You are in charge. It's one straight line from the top to the bottom. We're not gonna be sawing our dough and going nice and slow, okay? So if you've got a sharp blade, this will be really easy for you. And then once you score your bread, you want to immediately put it into your hot Dutch oven and get it baked, okay? All right, so here we go. Let's get this classic batard scoring done. Here we go. There you go. That was it. I scored all the way from the top to the bottom on the surface of the dough. I went about a 1/2 inch deep. You can see that here, and we are done. And I'll show you what each of these scoring methods looks like after we bake this bread, all right? Let's move on to scoring method number 2. Scoring method number 2 is my personal favorite. This is for a Batard, and this is called the curved slash. Now I'm gonna turn my cold dough out onto my parchment paper, just like I did before. And this time I'm gonna use my favorite bread loam, and I'm just gonna score a little off center. So I'm gonna be to the right, and I'm basically doing the same thing that I did before, except this time when I score my bread, I'm off center to the right, and I'm doing it more at a curve, okay? So instead of a straight line, I'm gonna be doing it at a curved angle, and I'm actually gonna hold my blade at an angle. So instead of straight up and down, I'm holding it at a slight angle. And once again, I'm gonna be quick and confident using my sharp blade, scoring from the top to the bottom on the surface of the loaf, okay? And this is called the curved slash, and I think this one results in a really beautiful ear and a big belly, which is kind of what we're traditionally looking for with sourdough. So this is the scoring method that I use at home and in the bakery. All right, here we go. There you go. That is it. One curved line. I've gone about a ½ inch deep, and we're done. Scoring method number 3, also for the Batard. This one is just parallel slashes. So I'm gonna do the same thing, turn my dough out. And I love how this one gives the bread a totally different look. And you can use either bread loam here, the UFO, or the curved blade here. I'm gonna use this one just because I'm used to it. And I'm just gonna do parallel slashes across the surface of the dough. So instead of going from the top to the bottom, I'm going side to side in a parallel motion. Now you can do 3 or 4 or even 5 if you want. I'm gonna do, I think probably 4 for a loaf this size. So here we go, same thing. You're gonna slice about a ½ inch deep, and you're going on the surface of the dough, but instead of going top to bottom, you're going side to side. All right, let's do that one. Here we go. Quick and confident, and this bread's gonna look totally different than the others, but just as beautiful. And that's scoring method number 3. Now we're gonna move on to scoring for a round loaf, also called a boule. If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I've got tons of step-by-step sourdough videos and some really good recipes, so if you're into sourdough, this is the channel for you. All right, scoring method number 4, we're moving on to a boule, and that's just a round loaf of sourdough. And the first method that we're gonna do for the boule is called the classic cross, and it's just like what it sounds. It's 2 diagonal intersecting lines, just like a cross. All right, so my dough straight from the refrigerator. You can use either blade for this. I'm gonna go ahead and use the straight UFO blade because why not? So I've got my dough here. All right, I'm gonna make 2 diagonal lines, and they're just gonna intersect in the center, just like a cross. I often do this scoring method when I'm making bread bowls, okay? So this is a great method for that. All right, here we go. Surface of the dough, there we go, 1 line and 2, whoops. And that might happen, and that's okay. Just come right on back through here. It's not gonna affect anything, just real life sourdough scoring there. All right, that is scoring method number 4. All right, we're back with scoring method number 5, still for a boule, a round loaf, and this one is just gonna be a square. It's a very classic scoring method. In fact, I spent some time in Europe this fall, and pretty much every boule I came across was scored this way. I think it results in a really beautiful bread. Now you're gonna notice that we're not doing any super fancy scoring methods here, but when I show you this bread after it's baked, they're all gonna look beautiful. You don't have to have a lot of crazy artistic skills to make beautiful sourdough bread, and you don't need to spend 20 minutes scoring your loaf to have a beautiful loaf of sourdough, okay? So you can use either bread loam for this. This is just a square, so I'm just basically going to do 4 lines in the surface of the dough in the shape of a square. Pretty easy. Now you don't wanna go too far on the outside, because remember, where we score the dough is where the steam is gonna be released, okay? So I'm gonna kind of go more towards the center than the outside of the loaf, but I'm not gonna keep it super close. So just watch how I do this, okay? There you go. That's it. That is the classic square scoring method for a boule, and I'll be right back with one more scoring method, and then we're gonna bake all 6 of these loaves, and I'll show you what they look like. The last scoring method that we're gonna do today is called the Twinkling Star, and this is probably the fanciest one that we're gonna do, but it's still not that fancy. If you haven't realized yet, I'm not really an artistic person, and I prefer to keep my bread very classic. And some of that is just because I'm not artistic, but some of it is also because I don't want to spend a ton of time scoring my dough. The longer that it takes you to score it, the more chance you have of your dough going flat. So when you see those beautiful loaves on social media of flowers and all kinds of amazing things, that person is really talented, and I love seeing that, but it's just not something that I can do, and I can't spend a half an hour scoring my loaf because it'll be completely flat by the time I get it in the oven, and I work too hard to have flat bread. So that's why I like these more simple, classic, beautiful scoring methods because they work and everyone can do them, okay? So don't get caught up in that I need to have a beautiful scored, scoring pattern on my bread, or, my bread's not gonna look great. These loaves are gonna be beautiful. So let's get to the Twinkling Star. Now, it sounds complicated, but it's not. This is just 4 lines, and it's kind of an intersection of, or kind of a cross with a T. So we'll do a cross, and we're also gonna do a T. So super easy. Let me get started. I'm gonna show you these 4 lines for the Twinkling Star scoring method. All right, here we go. Pretty easy so far, right? I'm gonna come up the other way so the dough kind of doesn't tear. There you go. And I'm just kind of going back in and making sure that I scored deep enough. I'm actually bringing the blade towards the center because this is where it wants to get hung up because they're all intersecting. And there you go. That's the Twinkling Star. You can do this one, and that's as fancy as we're gonna get. So I am gonna get to baking these 6 loaves of sourdough bread, and then I'll come back and show you how they all turn out so you can decide which one is your favorite and which scoring method you're gonna do the next time you bake. All right, we have baked all 6 of our loaves that we scored, and I wanna show you here. This is absolutely my favorite. This is just the classic Batard. It's got a beautiful ear and a beautiful belly. And when we do just one scoring line on our dough, what you're gonna end up with is a taller loaf with a beautiful belly and a nice ear, because there's only one place for the steam to escape on this loaf. So this is definitely my favorite, but I actually think they're all really pretty. I mean, this one is also gorgeous, totally different than what you're used to. I love the cross here. It kind of looks like a crown. So there's a lot of different scoring methods that you can do. They all lead to something a little bit different. Try them out, see which one you like the best. I promise it doesn't really matter what your bread looks like. It matters more what it tastes like, but it is fun to try new things. So if you're learning sourdough, I've got a ton of step-by-step videos. I'll link one of them here. Check them out. I also have some great recipes, and I'll see you over in the next video.